Hello guys, this is KTB Vlogs or TVC Production, and I am back doing a new video on my channel here. And as see by the title, as today we'll be talking about the history of Dragon Ball merchandise, as throughout the time frame of when Dragon Ball was getting mostly popular in America. So yeah, so I know in the original video I did back in 2018, I think. It was the video talking about the I think it was unreleased movies and specials and all that stuff. But as you know, I'm not going to be talking about that. Um, so in this we'll be talking about merchandise, action figures, video games, and all of that. So that's what I'll do. You know how it sounds, 'cause it's early in the morning as I'm doing this video. So actually, I could have done it at nighttime, but so I decided to do it during the daytime. So long as it stay quiet, that's all I just worry about. All right. So I'm going to talk about my history of how I kind of start getting Dragon Ball merchandise in my history. It was around I think 2000, I believe 2002, I think. Because how I kind of discovered Dragon Ball merchandise is on TV. It was back then when Toonami comes on, and they'll be showing Dragon Ball Z. They'll be showing commercials of the action figures. Of course, if you guys remember that stuff, you know, if you were my age, because in 2002 I was 5. So if you know that time frame, of course, I think it was Erwin, and then Burger King was showing Dragon Ball Z toys on the TV as well, and of course, my favorite Burger King set has to be with the with Goku that lights up his head, and I only have I think the only two I still have is Cooler and Piccolo. So let me think. So I think it was yeah, I think it was those. It was go yeah, it was Piccolo, Cooler, and I did have Krillin, but I gave it away, and Gohan as well. And the Goku, so only ones I still have is Cooler and Piccolo. I know as the other set they have is Vegeta, the Goku, the Trunks, and 13. And I only got 13, Vegeta, and the Goku. And only three I still got left. But like back then, I always would wanted one. But my cousin actually gave me his Goku, but it got broken, of course, by my other by my other family members. But like I said, it don't cost that much on eBay. It's like $4 or $5 for that Goku on eBay. But it's like I always remembered that Goku a lot. It was kind of my favorite Goku. But like back then, like that's why I always wanted one of those Dragon Ball Z toys all the time. And I was only 5 years old back then. And another thing, it was the commercials of the Irwin figures as well. And of of course, they show a lot of commercials of that. And then one day we go to Walmart. Of course, back then Walmart was selling Dragon Ball Z toys and stuff, movie DVDs. Long time ago, I think Dollar General did the same thing. So I was like, wow, as you know, yeah, Dollar General did it too because they were selling the Pokemon toys. And of course, I was getting a whole bunch of Pokemon toys back in the day. You know, this not be able to talk about Pokemon. We're talking about Dragon Ball here. But so like Dollar General used to sell the vehicles and the and all that stuff. I think I did have one of the vehicles. I think, but I think it got stolen. I think. I think it was the Gohan on the bike, like the white bike. He was it was one of those bikes. It was a Gohan on that bike like that. And I think another thing it was the let me see. It was Gohan on the bike. I think Goku on that little giant like a giant three-pronged bike vehicle. And I think it wasn't Trunks hover car because that was Jack specific. It was a Gohan the bike and Goku on a giant machine. It kind of looked like a little. It had three prongs on like three prongs for legs and everything. I'm trying to remember it vividly. But the only one I really wanted, and I still do want till this day, is actually the time machine and the flying Nimbus cloud and the I think it's the car Vegeta drives. It's like a yellow car. Them are the vehicles I wanted, and I still would love to have those till this day. But you know, like back then, like I always wanted one, but I never got a chance to get one. So as Walmart, as used like I said, used to sell the figures, Irwin figures a long time ago, and when when my first ever figure is the Goku with the halo and the angel wings. And of course I love that figure. I wish I still have it till this day. If I ever get it again, he'll basically be a prized possession. Prized possession. He always will be my favorite Goku. That was my favorite Goku. Not like it's your first figure and be your basically your prized possession. That's technically how it would be. Um, I kind of say for that SH figure art Goku I got, I think it will be prized possession because Goku will always be the first figure I always get. It won't be, oh, I got Piccolo first. No, always Goku. So, yeah, that's my little history of how I kind of got into collecting figures. And, you know, like, as you know, I didn't get back into start getting DBC figures until 2008. That was when they were releasing the real work figures, the little little figurines. They used to sell at Walgreens. Like they did the Dragon Ball Z ones and the Dragon Ball GT ones. And you know, I only got three of them left. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think it was. I still got the Goku. And I still got I still got Oob and the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. But like Trunks, Oob, and the Gogeta and the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I don't have anymore. But as you know, those figures were cool. But you know, like that's why I decided to get like bigger figures and stuff. And I didn't get really get no other figures of Dragon Ball until 2013 when I started getting some of them actually from thrift stores. And from that point on, when I first talked to SS Goshen 4 in 2013, that was when I had old my old YouTube account. If you guys know, is actually called Keenan B 655, but I do not have access to it anymore. It's um no longer, I can't access it or anything like that. So because I lost the password and don't even remember the password, and yeah, that's how that account was, and that's technically that account is replaced by this channel that you guys are on now, KTB Vlogs. So that's what Kingdom B655 became. This. So when I first talked to her, and she told me about eBay, and I did not know anything about eBay at all, because back then, like, this, that was the first time I ever got a cell phone. And so when I looked up eBay on my phone, and this before eBay actually had a app, it was just a website. So I went online on eBay. Well, I went online on eBay on the computer. We had a home computer at home, and I had got on there and create me an account and everything. And from that day forward, 2014, I love eBay till this day, and it's surprising, right? 2014 to 2022, 8 years. I mean, I love eBay. My favorite place to get anything, movies or DVDs or games or anything like that. I love it till this day. So yeah, I kind of thank SS Goshen for my DVC collection to grow, and from that day forward, as the other figures that came out with Dragon Ball, as starting at the SH Fig Arts were 2011, 12, and all the way to today. So now we're gonna talk about the action action figure um, company that basically started the Dragon Balls figures. Um, the first company is AB Toys, and AB Toys is like a company that was created in 1989, I think, and Dragon Ball Z was part of it, and they were creating like figures of characters from different time spans. Like I think the rarest figure from them is actually Janemba. It's the giant Janemba from AB. That figure is pretty rare, I have to say. They had a Buu Saga Vegeta. There was a Hercule. There was a first form Frieza, and I think it was a Tapion and Miniyosha. But some of those actual figures were actually rare release by Irwin, as we get to Irwin pretty soon. But as for AB, I think I actually have the Vegeta figure, the Vegeta from the Buu Saga. That's the only one I think I still got. I think. Oh, and the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I have the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I don't have him anymore. But it's not the some of those figures, like, like, are they hard to find? Yeah, there are a couple of them that actually are hard to find from AB. But that's why I kind of thought Super Saiyan 3 Goku was pretty cool to have I don't have him anymore. But I know he don't cost that much on eBay, him or the Vegeta figure. But I still got Vegeta though. But yeah, that's all I have to say about AB. I think. Um, so let's continue as we go down the line. Of course, he has Super Battle Collection or Bandai. Bandai actually created a series of figures. They're like almost like the AB figures, but they're almost made the same. And some of those figures were pretty cool. They actually included figures from Dragon Ball GT as well. Um, I think it was the GT Goku, the GT Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, um, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I think, Super Saiyan 4, and I actually still got um, the thing they included Gohan and Goten from GT, Pan, I think it's Pan and Goku. They were in a 2 pack together. Trunks, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, um, Super Android 17, and Baby. They included Baby, uh, all his forms, and even the actual rarest figure, to be honest, is the Gray Ape Ozaru Baby. I mean, completely. Like, that's the rarest figure of all of them. And I think they would have had included a Omega Shenron because that probably would have continued the series after that. But I don't know. It's possible they probably would have included him because I think it was supposed to have been 43 figures instead of 42. I think. So some figures are from they included some from the Sand Saga. Only characters they did not make as in that wave. I think it was Tien, Yamcha, uh, let's see, Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, or let's see. Yeah, I think them were the ones that did not, the characters that did not included in those sets. So they did not include any of them. So Super Battle Collection to me, like some people like, oh, these figures were the articulation wasn't great and all that stuff, and criticize about these figures. And to be honest, these were the only Dragon Ball Z figures at the time. Technically they were. There was no SH figure arts. In some ways, no, because these kind of figures were what people grew up on and collected and had in their possession. It wasn't always about, oh, the SH figure is amazing. You should get that figure. The figure is so great. No, because it's something that you see now. It's not. It's not amazing. That's true. Like, I look like, wow, they made second form Frieza. Ooh. I mean, it's not amazing. I mean, even though it was kind of cool they did do him, but I'm not surprised. And I wasn't. I mean, I really wasn't. So seeing an old figure of the character, like, yeah, I liked it. Cause it was pretty cool. They actually made a couple of figures of characters from the series. You know. So now we're gonna get to I think as Bandai and continue, I think they had created a Dragon Ball line. They had Goku and Krillin and I think Yamcha as figures, and Goku actually had like a button he pressed and he spins his staff, I think. He hit you with the staff. I forgot what Krillin did, but Yamcha had a sword, I think. But as to continue on to the company that I love the most, and still do till this day, Irwin. So as of Irwin, actually re-released the figures of Super Battle collections back in the day. They re-released some of them because most of those figures were in Japan. So they re-released some of them as Irwin licensed figures. That they just really re-released figures that we did not get at all. So they re-released them for America, and it's shocking. They released figures of characters that you don't see until like what they got a Majin Buu figure, but Majin Buu didn't come out until 2002, and you'd be like, what? I mean, like they were releasing figures of characters like Broly, like who's that guy? And you realize that we don't know who Broly is, and he's just there in this in these figures. So it's like, who's this person? And you realize like he don't know. Then so that's basically how it would be with Erwin before to 99. They I think it was 99. They created their own figures. They made lasting figures. Like they had the Vegeta from the Namek Saga. They I think they had Frieza. He blasts out his mouth. There was a Piccolo that shoots a special beam cannon, and Goku blasting I guess a Kamehameha ball, and it was a Super Saiyan Goku that did the same thing. And I think it was a Gohan one, but I don't know. But there was another set of those figures that did not really get really released, and they had a Gohan and a Krillin and oh, I think the only ones that got released was Ginyu, Piccolo, Goku, the Super Saiyan Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza. But Gohan and Krillin got, you know, got I guess scrapped. But this was the first time Irwin did they figures. Did they did they own figures during this time until 2000. They actually got their own line of figures. And of course, they released figures from different time frames. Of course, they released something from the Sand Saga. You got something from the Frieza Saga, and any of the the figures that they did release. Like I said earlier about the Goku, the Halo with the Ancient Limbs. That was my first Goku, so I didn't have none of these other figures. I do got some of them now, in some cases. But as these figures were Irwin figures were pretty cool. They had what characters they did. Like I'm surprised they did Nappa, they did Raditz, they did Yajirobe, Chaozu, Chi Chi, Bulma, Dende, Garlic Jr. And surprising to me. They did all. They did the androids 16, 17, 18, 19. Dr. Gero, Cell, Hercule, um, Piccolo, Goku, Super Saiyan, normal. I think Super Saiyan 3. I think Majin Vegeta, Majin Buu. And mostly all the Buu henchmen. I mean the Majin henchmen, the Bobby's henchmen and stuff. Like they made Pui, Yakan. I think it was Deborah, Spokovich, and they made a whole bunch of them. Like, there was a whole bunch of those guys they made. Davey made the evil Boo, the dark Boo, And as you know, as throughout the times, the other figure ways they did, like they did the ones with the little blast on the hands that lights up, and Irwin did those vehicles, like I said earlier. Like some of them that I actually wanted was the, like I said, the flying Nimbus Cloud, the time machine, the car, and I think I remember having the white bike because I had Gohan with that. I think Gohan was when I had that I lost. Yeah, I think it was. But Irwin Hatcher got bankrupt in 2002. Irwin Toys got bankrupt in 2002, and then Jack Specific, the same company that did video gaming and wrestlers and all the other genres, picked up the license and started creating other figures for them and did all of that. And like I said, Irwin was a great company. I like every figure they. I like the figures that they did do. It was pretty cool. And, surprisingly, how far did the Dragon Ball series kind of got popular during that time frame because Irwin. So as we get to Jack Specific, and of course Jack Specific picked up the license in 2003. And at the time, they was not really making a whole bunch of the figures. They just were releasing the figures that Irwin actually did. And so when they finally started making their own figures, some of their figures were kind of a little scary to look at. I mean, like got Goku's mouth wide open, like like that, and Vegeta's face looked all scary looking and all that shit. I mean, there was some figures that were kind of like did not like, but I think the ones from the end of Z figures, like I like the Vegeta with that jacket on from the end of Z, and I do got the Goku from N of Z with the blue outfit. Um, the Trunks figure actually looks cool, the N of Z Trunks, and I think that was meant to make Goten, and he didn't. They did not make him, and they had Oob. But as you know, like some of their figures that they done, like the giant movie collection ones, they were cool. I like the Porunga one they made. I wish I could have got, but never did. And I think let's see. Oh, my favorite thing of what they had made was the 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 um the World Martial Arts Tournament stage set. Oh man, I wish I had got that. I know that that thing costs almost like $800 now, and that I always would want that. I always wanted that set. I never got a chance to get that, and that set was pretty amazing. I mean, like if I actually had that, that'd be pretty cool. It was a cool stage set too. But you know, as the other stuff they did make, like they made the flying car for Trunks, and I think that yeah, I think that yellow car is the one I was talking about with Vegeta. It rolls and you can turn and go the other way like he's driving the car. But yeah, that stage set I really did want that stage set so bad, but I never got a chance to. So as the Jack Pacific started to get more popular when they got into doing Dragon Ball GT, of course, as some of the figures they did make for GT were pretty cool. The baby figure looks amazing. I do got Vegeta from GT, and Super Android 17. And Pan, I think I got Pan and the Goku GT figure. But as you know, like some of the figures I did want, of course, I did want Nova Shinron. And of course, I do have, like I said, I do got Android 17, Super Android 17 from Jack Pacific. But Nova Shinron was the one I actually wanted so badly, and I never got a chance to get him. Of course, he's almost $500 for him as I'm speaking. But you know, in some ways, like it would be hard for you to get figures and stuff, and that's how it is. The rarest, those rare figures be the kind of the, you know, in some cases, the ultimate ultimate chance if you got a chance to get them. But yeah, like I said, the Nova, I think it's Nova and Omega Shinron are the two figures that actually are the rarest figures of Dragon Ball GZ. Those two, and so yeah. So I think after that, Jack Pacific basically lost the license to Dragon Ball, and technically Bandai went back and took the license and started making other figures for their series, of course. And of course, they came out with the I think it was the power up pack, the little energy power up thing. Like Goku and Vegeta had power on them, and you press a button or something, and the energy pops off of them. I think it's Piccolo had one, like his arm comes off, and you can press the button like he grew another arm, like he regenerated. But Bandai had created the little figurines, like I said earlier, of they did Dragon Ball Z one, and then did Dragon Ball GT one. It was those figurine sets that I remember getting at Walgreens. And of course, that was when Dragon Ball Z was still on TV in 2007 to 2008, and then 2008 that's when it got canceled. Toonami had got removed off of Cartoon Network because of Adult Swim. So so as during that time, of course, they did come out with other figures. The series they done, like it was called Ultimate Collection. They were like little 4-inch figures of the characters and stuff. But you know, only one I still got left is Baby, and that's the only figure I got left. But as for the rest for the other ones, I don't really want them because they're small. They're very small. So as now we get to the company that most to everybody likes a lot, and that's technically the SH Figure Arts. So as you know, as SH Figure Art Company was created around 2008, it didn't it and just create random Japanese figures like random action figures. They have a licensing of what company it was made for at the time. So in 2010, when they first announced they were actually making Dragon Ball Z figures, and then in 2011, the first figure they come out with is actually Piccolo. And so from that day forward, they've been making other figures of characters ever since 2011, and as this series basically kind of increased it over time, then it kind of had all the other as the other lines SH Figure does, like other movie character lines like DC, Marvel, and Disney, and so on, so on, so on. Anyway, so what I think of the SH figure arts, yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. I was, you know, I didn't want to laugh out loud, so but so what I think of the SH figure arts, they're like back then the figure pricing on them were good. I guess they were pretty good, and I kind of been talking about that. I think I did the when I talked about the SH figure art video we met on TBZ production channel. Um, the pricing back then was good during 2011, 2012. It didn't start to boom to increase until 2016, and of course that was right when who was it? Yeah, that's right when Donald Trump got into office, and SH figure art prices have just been skyrocketing after that. I mean, it's so crazy, so crazy, so crazy. And that's the real reason why, as today's standard, like, do I collect them? Not that much. I don't. Only I know I got two of them, and I do got six knockoff figures, I think. But I don't collect every one that comes out. And even though, like, yeah, there's some of them that's out there that's good price right now, but I'm not really into collecting them that much. Because I kind of like see the point. Like some of all the ones that out there, they are collecting them. They just get them for attention and all that stuff, and they're top tier. They're better figures than other figures, stuff like that. And it's sad to hear them say that. But SH figure arts, are not special. That's all I have to say. They're not special. So as SH figure arts, during the time when SH figure arts were around, of course, in 2017, Bandai America had create another line of figures for I guess for other people to collect more than SH figure arts. Like get a cheaper figure of that character. And in 2017, that basically came to the announcement of the Dragon Stars series. And Dragon Stars basically was the series that mostly everybody's collecting. There are a lot of people out there collecting them now. Is the series that basically you let people get cheaper figures for a good price. Then $20. Come on now, that's not bad. And pretty much make it easier for people to get. So when I discovered Dragon Stars, it was pretty cool. Like I was like, wow, they're making figures for a lower price budget. Wow. And this was 2017, so that's why I was very surprised. And the first figure I actually got was Beerus. He was the first one, and it was Beerus. Then it was Gohan. Then it was Goku. I think after that, I think I got Super Saiyan Goku Battle Damage, Android 17. Trying to remember. Bardock. Yeah, it was Bardock. Goku Black. Ultra Instinct Sign Goku. Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Yeah, Super Saiyan 4. Cooler. I think it was Cooler. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Let's see, who else did I get? Uh, I think it was Master Roshi. Yeah, I think it was Master Roshi, Super Saiyan Goku. Yeah, Master Roshi, Super Saiyan Goku, and Piccolo, Trunks, and Zamasu, and another Trunks figure. So, yeah, my collection of Dragon Stars kind of did increase a lot. I mean, they were good price for them, $20. I mean, yeah, I liked them. They were awesome, and it's cool for animations and stop motions. They look amazing and pretty cool. What I kind of hate about it, what people do, like the people that get extra figure, oh, these figures are not great. They're so bad. They're not good articulation. They're nothing. I mean, like just bashing them down like they're nothing. I mean, come on. You think why would I pay all this money to get this character and and the figure ain't that special? I mean, as I said, like what I said about SH figure, I was like, even though they made that character that I always would love them to make, like say example, like I said, Frieza in second form. I always liked that form of Frieza, but why would I want to pay more for that character? I don't like that. It's not right. So you're sitting there praising SH Figure because they made this character, and then you find out the figure only almost $100, and then why would I pay this much? SH figures are amazing. They're not amazing. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm trying to be funny, but that's mostly how some of them do. They get the figures and they criticize about they get the figures and show off and talk about other companies of figures that people make, and it's just so it's just so shocking. That's all I'd say. It's just completely shocking. So like I said, guys, I really want to clear my throat because it's early in the morning when I'm making this video. And that's the real reason why I sound like this. But I'm not trying to be funny or anything. Try to I paused it a while ago because of I was about to stop laughing because like I said, it was like when I see those people do that, they praise one thing and hate the other thing. It's just so pointless and stupid. I mean, but as you know, to me, Dragon Stars always would be a good bigger company, and they doing very well for 5 years. I mean, they're doing pretty good. I mean, they doing pretty good, and they came out with a giant, bigger size line as well, with the figures and stuff. They kind of remind me of the Irwin days when they had them giant figures. That what they kind of remind me of. They made I got one of them. I think it's Super Saiyan Goku. That's the one I got that you saw in my live screen on TBZ production. But yeah, those figures that's what they kind of remind me of the them tall figures and giant figures that Irwin did a long time ago. But yeah, Dragon Star is actually doing pretty good, and that's awesome that what figures they come out with and make now and make it easier for you to get them. And I like how they went back and redid some figures, make them look almost like the characters. Like the the Goku figure looks great; it looks just like him, and the Vegeta figure, man, looks spot on. Definitely, the Sand Saga Vegeta looks great too. Nappa actually looks nice too. I mean, they look pretty good. They looks just like that character from the show. That's what I liked about the figures. They look amazing, and that's what I like about they start to improve on their looks and they how the character is supposed to look. Like if you actually have the Super Saiyan 4 Goku figure, that figure looks exactly like Goku from from GT. It's spot on Goku. You can't say it's not, even though those guys are praising the SH figure art of that Goku now. I mean, I wasn't surprised when they released him or announced him because he was supposed to came out in 2016, and I kind of got disappointed when I just saw just Dragon Ball Super shit, and that's technically what happened after that. So it wasn't surprising to me. So yeah, so that's all I have to say about the Dragon Stars guys, and I'm kind of rambling on about them. But they are great figures, and they are worth to get for $20. Walmart, Target, I think, and GameStop, Walgreens, and let's see, yeah, they don't them places that you can go find them at, and of course, Amazon or eBay. Okay, so as we now done with talking about merchandising of the Dragon Ball series, of course, as you know, Dragon Ball did had drawing books, comic book drawing books for people to draw the characters and everything like that, and that was kind of what made people kind of as of today's standard have your own drawing book, comic, manga thing. And so now we get to the video games. As the first Dragon Ball game I remembered was the Dragon Ball Final About. It was kind of like Dragon Ball GT and all of that, and mixture of Dragon Ball Z. But like the other games, like the Revenge of King Piccolo and all that stuff, I don't remember those games that well. You know, plus I didn't have no Nintendo DS and all that stuff. I don't play on DS no way. So let's get to the years when Dragon Ball was just on the PlayStation, because that's where I grew up with. So the Budokai series will always be memorable to me because I love playing Budokai 3. That was my favorite one. As I realized the games of Budokai 1 and Budokai 2 were kind of like, they tried to start out making a good game, and then the third game actually be the best game. So it's kind of like, okay, the first game people hated it, the second game is a little improved, and the third game is the best game. Weird, isn't it? It's the same way with Tekiachi 1, Tekiachi 2. Tekiachi 1, everybody hated Tekiachi 1. Then Tekiachi 2 was a little improved and plays smoothly. And 3 basically the best game of all time. Surprisingly, huh? So as the Budokai series, of course, I love playing that game. It just the difficulty, I think, and I think that's probably why Infinite World basically takes that spot as well because it is very difficult. I mean, very difficult. I mean, I kind of say that, and I didn't have problems playing Tegachi. I mean, not Tegachi, Budokai 3. But I think what gets me sometimes is the little rushing attack thing. That I mean, hope I press the right button, and I do press the right button sometimes, and I don't lose. So I was like, oh, thank you. So, cause that always gets me every time. Like, oh man, I hope I don't press the wrong button. Because you don't really know what's going to happen. So, yeah, I was about to bust out laughing again, guys. But yeah, that's true. Because sometimes when I don't press the right button, and it it I don't know if I will lose or win, or just crazy. So Tekachi, I think no, Tekachi 1 was kind of like the starting point of the games to start to go morally improved, and you can fly up in the air and fly down and fly around the whole stage and all that stuff. It was a pretty cool idea they did for that game. It was kind of the starting stepping stone to the games to be more better and more improved. Even though like the little spam blast move all the time, and to win the battle is the only way to win. And it's true, it was like that in that game. But the playability is, in those games, some of all the characters were not in the games. All of them were not. So that's why I kind of like when they did two, they started to add some of those characters in the game, like the movie characters, and because I think in Tekkaichi 2, Dr. Wheelo was not in Tekkaichi 2. He was in Tekkaichi 3. So it's kind of cool they added all the movie characters in 3, all the main movie villains of 3 in 3. And so when they did 2, they just adding some of them one at a time until they get all the characters in the game. So that's what I like about that. In Tekkaichi 2, I love the combo system in Tekkaichi 2, especially with Gohan, Ultimate Gohan. Oh my god! And just keep hitting, keep hitting, keep hitting, keep hitting, and then press R1 square, and then do his ultimate. Oh my god, the damage is so amazing. And I make Ultimate Gohan so powerful in the game. I make sure I leveled him up so powerful and strong. And I wish I still had the game. I wish I still had the PlayStation 2 right now, but it stopped working on me like 2 months ago. But I still got my game. I still got the game. So all I gotta do is get another system. And plus, I realized I looked on the back of that PlayStation. It was the fact that the PlayStation was made in 2001. So that's probably why it stopped working. So I will plan. I'll probably get the slim one or get the if I can find a good slim PlayStation 2. That's what I will do. So yeah, I love playing with Ultimate Gohan. Ultimate Gohan was the my powerfulest character in the game. Even though like, oh, what about Goku? I do pick Goku sometimes, but Ultimate Gohan, powerfulest character of all. Um Tekkaichi 3, as I realized, Tekkaichi the 3, it had a lot of some of the characters from the series and everything. It was mostly the best Dragon Ball Z game of history. It's still the best game of history. I wouldn't say Tekkaichi 2 was the top game, even though the game was good to play. But 3 was the ultimate game. It was the best game. And that's why today it's almost $100, like 120, 150. If you ever get that game, it's worth it. Every penny. So I wish I had it right now. That's the game I want to. I mean, best game of all time. So as we get to the other game series that came out after Tekkaichi 3, of course, Infinite World is basically the remastered version of Budokai 3. And basically the difficulty is crazy, like I said, and it was so crazy in that dang game. I mean, crazy to the tier. And that's why I just, like I said, it was just so hard. Hard. So, as we get to the other series, they had Raging Blast is basically they was trying to redo the Tekkaichi series, but it basically did not do well. I didn't really like it that much. Um, but it was they tried to do something, tried to redo the Tekkaichi series, but it would never be like that because you can't top that game. Uh, then they was trying to be like Tekkaichi 3, but you can't top it, and that's true. It don't matter if Fire Z, Xenoverse, they try to do all of that, try to make the game not trying to make these games are better. No, because you can press one button, do a move, don't mean nothing. Yeah, I know about that in Xenoverse because I played it twice. But yeah, so Raging Blast, I don't really care for the games at all. I really don't. They, were they fun to play? Not really. I kind of lost interest in playing them. I think I gave it away too. So let's see. Okay, got Bowsy is technically what I think is Xenoverse was trying to be. And so when they did Xenoverse, they basically took that idea and made the game like that. And of course, like, I know Battle Z is like a team thing. Like you got two people on your team, or three people on your team, and they can fight against opponents and stuff. So, Battle Z and Xenoverse, they was trying to be like those games. And of course, in that they include they include Super Saiyan God and all that stuff. But I try to remember. Then it's just a story of Trunks and Time Patroller basically going through time, messing up time with the series, and basically, hey, can you come and save, help Goku defeat Frieza? Like something like that. Like it was just go mess with time, like time traveling. And that's technically all it is. Same way as on verse two, and as of I forgot about. Well, Ultimate Tekiachi is just like it's not really a game. Really, you just press one button and do something. That's all it is. I ain't really care for the game, so that's why I kind of forgot about talking about it. Anyway, so that's all Xenoverse 1 and 2 where they were like, time travel, mess up time. That's all you doing. Like they do got a villain in the story that was doing that, trying to mess up the time frame and everything else. But the games were not fun in some ways. They were kind of like kind of lost interest. But the games don't cost that much. All right, so we got Fighter Z. I don't care about this game at all. I don't. It the game is just they tried to act, this is the best game in the world. Like it ain't the best game in the world. And it will never out top Tekkaichi 3. So that's one thing that people keep on saying, like, it's the best game. It's the best game. And I'm like, it's not the best game. Gosh. So yeah, seeing these guys doing that, it just makes me like sad. Just so sad. And then we got Kakarot. Now I'm at the 1 hour mark now. Oh boy. Kakarot was kind of like like I only played the Sand Saga and I gave it to my brother and he finished the rest of it. And that I think they pretty soon are going to be adding some more stories to it and everything, but the game ain't going to be fun. It's not really fun. It really isn't. It's just so bland and like I know the story of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, but it was not fun, and that's why I kind of like I said I don't really care for the game. That's why, like I said, the top best game of Dragon Ball that still remains the top game. There's two games that still top uh the series. Technically, it's still the two top games in the series. Okay, Budokai 3. Yes, Budokai 3. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. These two games remain the best Dragon Ball game of all time. Even though it's Dragon Ball Z, it is Dragon Ball Z, these two games remain the top games of all time. So any games out after this, those games are not great. And they still aren't. Even though they're so cheap on eBay right now, like is Xenoverse $8? But Tekkaichi 3 is like 150. Why do you think that game costs more? It's the best game. I think Budokai 3 is like $50, I think, on eBay. And because I think that's how much I paid for Tekkaichi 2, I think. $50. And the first Tekkaichi game is like 16 $18. So it's kind of strange. The games that less of a game to play, like Budokai 1 or Budokai 2, those games like $15 or $14, but Tekkaichi 3 is 150 and I think Budokai 3 is like $50, I think. So those games, Budokai 3, Dragon Ball Z, Tekkaichi 3, remain the top two games of all time. And they still are till this day. And they will never be outtopped by anything of today that these so-called fans are playing. Because Fire Z is not popular. Xenoverse ain't really popular. Battle Z is not really popular, or Raging Blast, because those games are not even would never out top Tekkaichi 3. And don't get me started with those stupid ass mods, because you try to throw in Ultra Instinct Goku and Blue Vegeta and Blue Goku and all that shit, it ain't that damn special. Because don't touch something that was already perfect. And that's what they're doing. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video talking about the Dragon Ball merchandise, and Dragon Ball action figures, and talk about the video games. I kind of hit that 1 hour mark, but it's worth it, and you hope you guys did enjoy it. And I kind of coughed, kind of almost laughed out when I talk about the SH figure hurts because they're like when I hear those guys be getting these figures, like, oh my god, it's an amazing figure, it's crazy, it's a great figure, you guys are crazy, they're not bad. I mean, just so sad. So so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And stay tuned for episode 6. We're actually going to be talking about Dragon Ball Super. And that's technically going to be exciting because I can't wait to kind of bash on Super. I guess a little bit, but you guys will enjoy it. So, see you guys next time and peace.